I remember the whisper, not from a mouth, but from the walls themselves, low and wet, like breath through cracked plaster. It was 1978 in Robert Taylor Homes, Chicago, where the elevators never worked and the hallways smelled of piss and gunpowder. I was 11, pillowcase heavy with candy. When I first heard it, my name dragged slow across the concrete. But that wasn't the only project. Over the decades, as I fled south to north to south again, it followed, or its hunger did. The hole in Chicago, Building 27 in Marcy, the mask in Liberty Square. They weren't separate ghosts. They were the same forgotten voice, stitched into America's cracked foundations. Now, at 75, with 2025 security cam leaks from all 3 sites going viral, I know the projects never really fell. The whisper still calls from the rubble, patient in the dark. I've kept this buried, afraid the telling would echo back louder. But the dreams don't fade. The smell of wet drywall, the weight of eyes that remember every name. It's too much for one old man to hold alone. Before I tell you what really happened that Halloween, take a second to subscribe to Haunted USA Tales. It helps more than you think, and I promise this story is one you'll never forget. I was born in 1950 in a third-floor walk-up in Ida B. Wells, Chicago, before they tore it down for Robert Taylor. My mama cleaned offices downtown. Papa drove a cab, raising me and my baby sister with stories of the Old South. Haints in the cotton, voices in the wind. We moved into Robert Taylor in '58, Building 4541, 8th floor. 28 high rises, 2 miles of concrete cages, 27,000 souls packed tight. The hole was 51st to 54th. Mickey Cobras ran it, GDs tried. But the hole belonged to something older. By my late 20s, I was a janitor, then a super, then a city inspector moving projects as they fell. 85 to Marcy Houses, Brooklyn. 95 to Liberty Square, Miami. Back to Chicago in 2010 when they started tearing Taylor down. Friends were hustlers, mamas, kids, Dre, Lil Mike, Rashid T, names I still say on Halloween. Life was survival, roaches, raids, rent due. But the buildings felt alive, walls breathing, a pressure like standing too close to a speaker. I didn't know my clipboard would track me through 3 cursed cities, from Chicago winters to Brooklyn summers to Miami storms. Each project had its ghost, folklore echoing the whisper, spirits of the neglected, feeders on memory. It started subtle, a name in the dark, a mask in the trash, foreshadowing the vanishings. I thought city stress, but the concrete keeps its own. But I was about to hear my past speak. The build-up started slow, that Halloween of 1978, Robert Taylor, the hole. Janitor gig, mopping 8th floor, kids trick-or-treating. Heard it first, wet footsteps, no shoes, echoing up the stairwell. Thought drunk, but rhythm wrong, dragging. Smelled rot strong, like meat left in heat. Flashlight down, eyes reflected low, black, child-sized. Figure crouched by 104. Tall, thin, skin gray, face stretched. Stood slow, watching. Fear froze me, breath held. It whispered Marcus, my little brother's name, dead since 75. Ran then, mop clattering, 8th floor empty. Told super morning, searched, nothing but wet prints vanishing at elevator. Denial held. But sleep brought whispers. Marcy Houses, 1985, Building 27. Super now, fixing leaks, smelled rot again. Halloween night, inspecting roof. Whisper clear, My sister's name, Keisha. Figure on edge, same gray skin, but older, wounds fresh. Surrounded by shadows, 23 of them, eyes black. They spoke in chorus. Remember us. Backed slow, heart wild, roof door slammed. Dreams of names I never knew. Liberty Square, 1995, pork and beans. Inspector, demolition prep, found mask and rubble. Black ceramic, etchings glowing faint. Put it on dare, cold as ice. Whisper inside, stay masked. Saw them Darius T. Kids from all 3 projects, faces blank. Mask stuck, reflection not mine. Clawed it off, cracked in half, blood on fingers. Darius vanished that night. Tension mounted decades, whispers random, rot smell elevators, names in mirrors. Moved cities. But found me, voices blending. Toll heavy, fear, disbelief, dread. Isolation growing. Friends gone, family distant, said projects haunted me. Body marked, gray patches skin, voice horse cycles. New climax neared, memory calling home. Peak 2025, Robert Taylor site, now park. But foundation cracks. Halloween night, walked old hole, seeking end. Whispers surrounded, smells choking. Piss, rot, ozone all. Figures emerged, whole entity leading. Building 27 chorus. Mask wearer silent. Circled foundation, eyes unified black. Dread peaked, air vibrating, ground humming. Not separate. One forgotten voice. Project's memory. Roused by neglect. Bloodline lived in all 3. Shapes melded, names harmony. Reached, hand cold. Confessed, vows to remember, speak names. They paused, eyes softening, sank into concrete. Aftermath still, but bound. Survived, retired quiet. Scars remain, names itch skin, whispers wind. Avoid projects, but hear them distant. Family gone, tell none. 2025 cams surge. Taylor Park shadow, Marcy roof figures, Liberty fence mask. Clip, foundation crack, my gray patch twin. Voice stirs. Because some names don't die, they wait to be spoken.